Deezeen is a bland channel. We don't have an opinion. The opinion is in the selection of things, but we don't make statements whether we like things, whether we don't like things, whether they're a copy of something else or whatever. But the readers do that for us. And this was an example I showed 2 years ago of the John Bell skyscraper. And of course, everyone was comparing it to a piece or a condom, which is, a lot of fun. But actually now it's kind of become problematic because we have this notion, readers of a site like Deezeen seem to think that the internet is a public space where they can behave however they want. And this is just a snapshot of our comments section, which we have to manually go through and choose which one is going to publish. It takes an awful lot of time. The writing's probably a bit too small to be able to read, but some of it is wonderfully intelligent. There's a great debate going on here about David Chipperfield's building, about why David Chipperfield's buildings in America are more boxy than his European buildings. And apparently someone went to a talk by David Chipperfield in which he said it's because in America the clients push someone like David into getting as much floor space as possible. Now that's really interesting, I didn't know that. It's also the first bit of my talk is that in media, the way that information about design is all involved in gets out. Notice I haven't mentioned television because television isn't interested in design. So there are all these different velocities that are sort of happening at the same time, and I don't think that the internet, 2 years ago I probably would have said the internet is going to kill the magazines, it's going to kill Tony's going to be out of a job. I don't think that's happening at all because I think that the internet is just like a layer of information and one that zips past so fast that even someone like me who's actually doing it, like designers were approaching me and said, "Oh, thanks for publishing my project yesterday." And I'm like, "What project?" I've forgotten it. It's gone past so fast that I haven't even registered it. So the rest of my talk is about how can someone like me who's fascinated by information kind of deal with that? How can I kind of calm myself down? I can't possibly cope with the amount of content that Virgin puts up, for example. I can't possibly hire designers of the quality and photographers of the quality that Tony can hire, for example. What can we do? And kind of praying for a bit of normal speed here. I showed this project 2 years ago, and I spoke here because I thought it was fascinating. This is the short name is the bee vase. It's a vase that was made by bees in a hive, and it was the most wonderful thing I saw at Belgrade 2 years ago. And so basically the designer put a kind of basic beeswax vase in a hive, and the bees did the rest. Now that not only is it a beautiful thing, but it happens at the same time as a concern about vanishing bee populations. And it's something that still scientists are grappling. Why are all the bees disappearing? And there were these big flags everywhere. My Italian accent is appalling, so I'm not even going to try and Italianize this. But basically, the Milan Furniture Fair branding was, is there a crisis? No, there's a furniture fair. And this kind of almost ridiculous kind of optimism stroke denial actually almost won through. And so the rest of my talk is kind of an attempt for me, including all the most famous designers in the world. And I think that I even emailed back saying, what is this all about? But it was a big trick. And I think someone spotted that the clue is in the fact that one of the designer species is dead. And it was just an invitation to a party. Yeah, this was a nice attempt to do something slightly subversive. A Czech brand did this thing called Make It Easy, and the idea was that everyone's worried about China stealing our ideas and making them cheaper. So they made it so that the objects could deliberately be faked more easily, down to even to the fact that they have Chinese instructions on them telling you how to do it. I'm not mad at the objects, but it says something like, "Please feel free to copy me," Chinese. This was a weird one. Bigfoot table by Alain Gilles for Ronaldo. They've got another email saying, "Please note the Bigfoot table that was sponsored by Ronaldo during the furniture fair has just been renamed Big Table. The name Bigfoot has already been officially registered by someone else." So be careful, guys. Make sure you check out the intellectual property of the name of your next table that we launch in. Okay, the idea of things being made to last.